Hello, my name is Rob Reynolds. Welcome to Mat-073. Today we're going to be looking at our sixth section of the book. We're going to be simplifying some expressions, collecting like terms, and dealing with some parentheses problems. So a term is separated by addition and subtraction. So if you have 5x squared plus 3x minus 9, I would say the terms are 5x squared is a term, positive 3x is a term, and negative 9. So there are three terms in this. So it's separated by addition and subtraction signs. By the way, if you have x divided by 5 plus 3, this is still just two terms. This is not three terms because x divided by 5 is one term. It's not separated so by an addition or subtraction sign. So we're going to look at how to identify like terms and then whether we can combine those like terms or not. So for example, 7x and 8x is 15x. We can combine those. Those are like terms. But 8y and negative y, 9y squared, those are not like terms. This is a y with a first power on it. This is a y with a second power. Not the same. So this is the same. I've got 3 of these xy values and then 9 of these xy boxes. And so yeah, I can combine those to 12 xy's, but this is not the same as this. This AB does not equal AB squared, so I can't combine those. So combining some like terms, this would be 10x for 3x and 7x. 2x take away 6. Signs are different. Subtract, keep the sign of the larger. So 6 minus 2 is 4. And keep the sign of the larger, which is negative. I'm going to combine here, let's see, 4 A's and another A for a total of 5 A's. I'll continue with the B terms. Looks like they cancel because positive 5 and a negative 5 is just 0. So I don't have to write any B terms whatsoever. And then I'm going to combine the blue terms. 2 take away 6 is minus 4. Again, signs are different. Subtract, keep the sign of the larger. That's how I'd work those. It looks like the author gets the same answer, just a little bit different methods. So 10x, negative 4x. Looks like they're doing some factoring, which we talked about in an earlier lesson. I'm not a big fan of this work right here. I would simply say, oh, signs are different. Subtract, keep the sign of the larger. A little bit easier to look at. Double negatives, we talked about this, makes it positive. So this would be just positive 7x. If you see a negative, you're going to distribute that to every term. So negative 5x plus 3y minus 8. Final answer. So when you're distributing, you can distribute this as the opposite. Instead of writing negative a plus b, sometimes it's easier to write b minus a. Remember, 5 minus 4 is the same thing as negative 4 plus 5. It's just, I think answer A looks a little bit cleaner than answer B. So sometimes instead of leaving the answer negative 4 plus 5, which deals with two signs, sometimes it's easier just to write one sign. So that's what they're saying. B minus A might look a little bit better than negative A plus B, but it's the same. They're equivalent. So find an equivalent expression by eliminating the parentheses. So all we have to do is distribute the negative. So again, two negatives make a positive here for positive 2x minus 3y and plus 6, changing every sign throughout. So change every sign of every term. So before we can simplify, we need to deal with the parentheses. Again, it's please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I'm going to take care of these parentheses by distributing. These parentheses at the beginning mean absolutely nothing. I can't combine any like terms, so I would probably just leave those terms. You can drop the parentheses. They don't mean anything. But I'm going to distribute these. So negative 4x, the opposite of negative 2 is positive 2. And the opposite of negative 6 is positive 6. Then combining some like terms, I've got 8x, take away 4x. Notice I'm grabbing instead of a minus, I'm saying negative 4x. So 8 minus 4 is 4. I'll move on to the y terms, 5y and 2y. They're both positive, so add, keep the common sign. And the negative 3 and the positive 6, signs are different, subtract, keep the sign of the larger. So I would have 4x plus 7y plus 3 for a final answer. This time, instead of distributing a negative, I'm going to distribute the negative 3 to every term. Again, I'm dropping the parentheses for the first. They don't mean anything. I can't combine any like terms here. But distributing the negative 3, negative times negative is a positive, 18a. Negative 3 times negative, again, is a positive, this time 21b. And negative 3 times 14, negative 42. Next, I'm going to be combining some like terms. So my a terms, I don't have any other a terms, so 18 and 5. I'll grab the b terms. And let's see, the negative 9 and the 42. So let's see, signs are alike. They're both negative. So I'm going to add 42 and 9 is 51. And then keep the sign, the common sign. So I'm going down 9 and then down 42 for a total of down 51. 23, 25. Yep, 23, 25, negative 51. Looks like the author agrees. Let's start in the innermost parentheses first here. So I can do a couple steps here. I'm going to take care of this 2 plus 5, so 5 times 7 minus, that's interesting, take care of the 11 plus 4, which after I take care of the parentheses, I can drop them. Makes for one less set of parentheses. So now I'm going to take care of the innermost parentheses. So I'm going to keep the 7. 5 take away 15 is negative 10. And the reason why I put that in parentheses is because, again, I see a double negative here. So this minus a negative makes this a positive for a whopping 17 in here. Over here, I bring down the 7 times the 5, which is 35. And 35 take away 17 is 18. And the author got the same. This one, I can simplify what's in the parentheses. Let's distribute. So I get 6m plus 18. And I can combine 6m and 5n for a total of just m. So that takes care of the first. I'm going to stay inside the parentheses. So I'm going to keep this minus sign here. Staying inside the parentheses, I can distribute this. 4n plus 20. I'm going to distribute the negative 8. Be careful, this is a plus sign here. And then try to combine some like terms here. So I'm going to combine the 4n, take away 8n for negative 4n. Remember, signs are different. Subtract, keep the sign a little larger. And I'm also going to combine the 20 and the 32 for a total of 52. Distributing the negative, this is still m plus 18, but it's now plus 4n and a minus 52. So I'm going to take care of my, oops, those are not like terms. That's an m and an n. So I think I have to leave it. M plus 4n, and then the last thing that I can do is 18 take away 52. Signs are different. Subtract, keep the sign of the larger. There it is. M plus 4n minus 34. I hope this video was helpful. If you have questions, email me.